Hi, I'm Aaron Hale. I'm a former Army Staff Sergeant and Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team Leader. I was injured in 2011, but I've gone on to start a chocolate company with my wife and am an avid runner. And yeah, pretty coming up pretty soon. I'd like to invite you to run with us virtually on Team Hale of a Good Time for the Seaside Neighborhood School Half Marathon. Every year, I like to run this race along our scenic 30A with all of our friends, but this year it's virtual. So that means all of you get to join in too.
Nice. So I'm Sam Brasfield. I ran with Aaron last year at the Seaside Half Marathon. Had the opportunity to run with him and guide him. I'm also an EOD guy. I'm a Navy EOD officer, now currently stationed in Spain. So it works out well for me to do it virtually with Aaron, although I won't be guiding him. But I figured since we had such a hell of a good time last year, I figured this year I would run it as the blind guy. I would go blindfolded, and I invited my friend Chris Archer to run with me and guide me. Now, in a minute, Chris will introduce himself, but I was hoping that Aaron could give him some advice on what to do and what not to do, because through all the runs that me and Aaron did together, I made some mistakes. So that, and over to Chris.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Archer. I'm also in the Navy. However, I'm a Civil Engineer Corps CB officer. Also stationed here in Rota, Spain. Looking forward to having a hell of a good time on this race and supporting the school there in Seaside. And Aaron, I really do hope you can give me some pointers on guiding Sam so I don't run him into the ocean.
Sam, you were a fantastic guide. You are a fantastic guide. So the being on the other end of that tether is actually pretty easy. Just make sure you remember to pick up your feet. Chris, there's not much to it. You two will hold a tether in between each other, and Sam can get all of his cues just from that tether. In fact, unless you're gonna, go running over a curb, speed bump, or try jumping over a manhole cover, you can virtually do it without talking at all. And in fact, all you gotta do is hold that tether in one hand, give the other end to Sam, and if you come across any dips or cracks in the road that you think Sam needs to pay attention to, all you got to do is pick up the lead just a little bit, and that's his cue to pick up his feet too, kind of like a marionette in strings. That's about it. Another good tip is if you guys have to go single file, all you got to do is take that tether and put it behind your back like you're trying to hide your buddy.
All right.
And you guys go single file. The one last thing I would say is don't forget, now you're going double wide. A couple times my guides have forgotten that they're seeing for the person right beside them. And it does become pretty natural, pretty easy, very quickly. But then people tend to forget, and I've clipped a couple parked cars, their rearview mirrors, or even walked into a door frame as my guide was walking right into the door. Anyways, that just makes for funny stories later, and Sam, I can't wait to hear some.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good job on giving me the 3-minute education on how to do it, Aaron. So I will close up with some of those funny stories. So the first time, I think it was the very first time Aaron and I ran, was a New Year's Eve. Was that the first? I'm pretty sure it was the very first time we had run together, and we did it at midnight, or a little before midnight. We were going to run in the new year. Originally, we were trying to find a race, but there were no races going on. So we got a group of folks, and we went running, and Aaron gave me that 3-minute spiel on what to do, and we did a little 5.5 mile run out 30A on New Year's Eve, and we had a bunch of drunks cheering us on and stuff. And there was a group of us of about 5 runners and a few cyclists, and I made some mistakes along the way, you know, and Aaron Tripp had to do a combat roll or two, and then it's what's interesting, and what I would add to his advice there is, if you got to remember, if you push one way and then you pull back the other way, the runner that's being guided is going to exaggerate. So you got to give slight moves, right?
Okay.
And I did that a few times. Like Aaron would start going to the right, and I would pull to the left, and he would pull hard to the left like we were turning, and then I'd pull to the right, and so he was zigzagging, right? So we got done, and I said, Aaron, man, I'm sorry about swerving you like that and zigzagging. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. I think it was the scotch I had with dinner. So anyway, he always was very appreciative and very he never knocked you for the one time I ran him into a guardrail, and he hit the ground, and I could tell he was in pain, and I was like, oh no, I messed up here. And he was just as nice as can be about it. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. We'll make sure we send you a message when we finish it there, Aaron, and hope more people out there will sign up for this virtual run and support Seaside Neighborhood School. This is their big fundraiser for the year, and I know it's a good effort. And they usually have a huge run in along 30A. So